So welcome to today's session where we learn really great things. And in our course, Synchronous Tools for Effective Learning, we are going to learn about Zoom screen sharing functionality. This is our session for today. And I would like to congratulate you for completing last week's session very well, where we learned about creating a virtual background and also to use the chat feature. That was very commendable. A number of you are able to do the assignments and you are able to interact with the learning management system, especially on the journals, on discussion forums, and that was really commendable. You did a commendable job. Now, this week is very interesting because we have several practical activities that we actually use for our lesson. And for this particular lesson, you require a computer and you also require good internet connection. So I really welcome you to this class. Now, we will learn about the features of screen sharing on Zoom application platform. We will learn the process of sharing the default screen and also specific windows in the application. Then, third, we will learn how to guide someone to share a screen in Zoom. And by the end of this lesson, you will be able to describe the features of screen sharing on Zoom application platform. You should be able to illustrate the process of sharing default screen and specific windows on Zoom. And you should be able actually to share screen in Zoom independently without much support. And finally, you should be able to develop a guideline that can actually be used for a novice to share their screen. So these are really our expected learning outcomes for today. Now, there are some concepts that we actually interact with during this class. So there is the share key, which we'll focus on. There is the Zoom control bar, the pop-up screen, the windows in Zoom, and enabling share screen. So these were the concepts that we are going to actually interact with as we carry out our lesson today. Now, we will watch a simulation video, and I want you to pay attention to the following. The features of screen sharing on Zoom application platform. The process of sharing the default screen and specific windows on the application. So this is what I want you to pay attention to as we watch the following simulated video. So let us demonstrate this. Last week, we looked at the various features on the Zoom control bar, the chat, the mute. Today, we'll focus on the share screen. If you want to share the screen, you click the share screen. And once you click the share screen, if the screen is enabled, then you proceed. If not, you find this information which says host has disabled the screen sharing. So then you need to inform the host to enable screen sharing. Otherwise, if it's enabled, then you find the pop-up window popping up. And it has two things that are important there, screen and share. On default, you can just go and click share. And if you click share, then you find that your screen, the entire screen is shared. The advantage of this is that, which means every window that you open will actually be seen by your viewers whom you are sharing the screen to. The disadvantage is if you don't want other windows to be seen, then they'll also be seen. So that's the disadvantage. And because of that, then we also need to learn how to share an individual or a specific window. So because of that, we need to learn how to share the individual window as well. And in order to do that, you have to look for that individual window that you want actually to share. So look, and once you've found it, then you click share. And what will happen is then step number 5, you complete by share. You have actually shared your screen. So that is it. That is the process of sharing a screen on Zoom. Now we'll go into groups, and in those groups, using the Padlet link that I have sent, you'll actually summarize your discussions regarding the 4 elements here on Padlet. So the first group, you describe the features of screen sharing. That's the first group. The second group, you illustrate the process of screen sharing on Padlet, and you present your discussions. So you summarize it in Padlet. And all of us, every group, in turn, each of you should be able to actually share a screen, and you give each other 2 minutes, maximum 2 minutes to actually share the screen. And you write your experience, also write it in Padlet there. Then the third group, you need to develop a guideline on sharing screen and also summarize it in Padlet. So this is what we'll do, and we'll have 5 minutes to do this activity. So let us go to the link and actually go to Padlet. So here is our Padlet, where you'll actually interact. So I want group number 1 to discuss the features of screen sharing features. Group number 2, you develop steps in screen sharing in Zoom. And all the groups, I want you to practice sharing the screen and write your experiences, summarize your experiences there. And then group number 3, you write a guideline which should be able to be used by a novice to actually share their screen. So this is what actually you do. And in your groups, actually appoint a chairperson and also appoint a secretary who will actually document whatever you'll be discussing. So I wish you a very good discussion for today. Now, how are we going to assess our course? So we'll look at the expected learning outcomes, which we have called assessment criteria, and an excellent student will be able to describe the 5 features of screen sharing. And you will be able to illustrate 5 steps of sharing the default screen and at the same time sharing the specific window. Then you should be able to share the screen independently. That's really an excellent student. And finally, you should be able to develop a very good guide to support someone to share a screen on Zoom. So this is our rubric that we are going to use to assess ourselves. And now for our transferable skills on sharing screen, there is an article that I've posted in Edmundo, and I want you to actually read that article. It actually summarizes how you can share screens using various platforms. So Teams, how you can share screen in Teams, how you can share a screen in Google Meet. So, and it's very interesting, and actually use the transferable skills from the course unit that we have done actually today. So I wish you really very good interaction with that material. Now, to summarize, today we have actually learned how the features of sharing screen in Zoom. We have actually learned the process of sharing the default screen and specific windows in Zoom. And we have acquired skills in sharing the screen in Zoom. And now, I tell you, we are able to guide a novice to share a screen because we developed a guideline. And I wish you a very good day as you proceed with the other lesson that is going to come. Bye-bye.